Gwadar to the west of Gwadar. The main industrial concern is a fish processing factory. Salt is obtained by the evaporation of seawater. Gwadar became part of the Sultanate of Muscat and Oman in 1797. And it was not until 1958 that the town and adjoining hinterland were exchanged from Oman to Pakistan. For most of its history, Gwadar was a small to medium-sized settlement with an economy largely based on artisanal fishing. The strategic value of its location was first recognized in 1954 when it was identified as a suitable site for a deep water port by the United States Geological Survey at the request of Pakistan while the territory was still under Omani rule. The area's potential to be a major deep water port remained untapped under successive Pakistani governments until 2001, when construction on the first phase of Gwadar port was initiated. The first phase was inaugurated in 2007 at a total cost of $248 million. The port initially remained underutilized after construction for a variety of reasons, including lack of investment, security concerns, and the government of Pakistan's failure to transfer land as promised to the port operator, Port of Singapore Authority. In April 2015, Pakistan and China announced their intention to develop the $46 billion China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which in turn forms part of China's ambitious One Belt, One Road. Gwadar features heavily in CPEC, and is also envisaged to be the link between the One Belt, One Road and Maritime Silk Road project. $1.153 billion worth of infrastructure projects will be invested into the city as part of CPEC, with the aim of linking northern Pakistan and western China to the deep water seaport. The city will also be the site of a floating liquefied natural gas facility that will be built as part of the larger $2.5 billion Gwadar Nawab Shah segment of the Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline project. In addition to investments directly under the aegis of CPEC in Gwadar city, the China Overseas Port Holding Company in June 2016 began construction on the $2 billion Gwadar Special Economic Zone, which is being modeled on the lines of the Special Economic Zones of China. In September 2016, the Gwadar Development Authority published a request for tenders for the preparation of expropriation and resettlement of Old Town Gwadar. The word Gwadar is a combination of two Balochi words, Gwad meaning wind and Dar meaning gateway, or door. Thus Gwadar means the gate of wind. The inhabitation of Gwadar, like most areas of Balochistan, appears to be ancient. The area shows inhabitation as early as the Bronze Age with settlements around some of the areas. Oasis. It is from this settlement pattern that the word Makran, the original name of Balochistan, is derived. For a period, it was a region of the Achaemenid Persian Empire. It is believed to have been conquered by the founder of the Persian Empire, Cyrus the Great. The capital of the satrapy of Gedrosia was Pura, which is thought to have been located near the modern Bompur, in Iranian Balochistan. During the homeward march of Alexander the Great, his admiral, Nearchus, led a fleet along the modern-day Makran coast and recorded that the area was dry, mountainous, and inhabited by the Ichthyophagoi, an ancient Greek rendering of the ancient Persian phrase, Mahi Khorana, which has itself become the modern word, Makran. After the collapse of Alexander's empire, the area was ruled by Seleucus Nicator, one of Alexander's generals. The region then came under Mauryan rule around 303 BCE. After Seleucus made peace with Emperor Chandragupta and ceded the territory to the Mauryans, the region remained on the sidelines of history for a millennium until the Arab-Muslim army captured Makran in CE 643, and over the intervening amount of time the area was contested by various powers. This was then followed by almost 2 centuries of local rule by the various Balak tribes. The city was visited by Ottoman Admiral Sayyadi Ali Reis in the 1550s and mentioned in his book Mirat ul Mimalik, 1557. According to Sayyadi Ali Reis, the inhabitants of Gwadar were Balak and their chief was Malik Jalaluddin, son of Malik Dinar. In the 15th century, the Portuguese conquered parts of India and Oman. They planned to proceed with annexation of the coastal area of Makran. They attacked Gwadar under the leadership of Vasco da Gama, but under the supervision of Commander Mir Ismahil Balak. The Portuguese were defeated by the Balak. A few times the Portuguese looted and set the coastal villages on fire. But they failed to capture Gwadar. Cannons of the Portuguese army were found lying near the central jail of Gwadar. The grave of Mir Ismahil Balak is situated near the mountain of Batal Gwadar. Constructed by Mir Ismahil Balak himself during life. He died in 873 Hijri. Heirless. By the end of the 16th century, Mughal Emperor Akbar the Great conquered the city along with all of Balochistan after the Battle of Sevan. It remained under Mughal